Greetings and welcome. Just go ahead and subscribe if you are not. So today in this video we're going to be looking at Vlookup function in Excel. Now Vlookup function is a function that look out value from your table based on the value given to it, right? So the V stands for vertical. So meaning the Vlookup function only try to find value that have a header. So it's do it vertically, right? So inside this this table, we want whenever we type anybody name from this table, we should have their age, their sex, their serial number, and the country returning to us, right? So we're going to use the Vlookup function to just quickly find our value, right? So we have to start by saying equal. That's the first thing you have to start whenever you're writing function in Excel, right? So equal Vlookup. When you're typing also, there will be a pop-up, right? It will predict exactly what you want to type. So you can press the type key on the keyboard to end the function for you. So equal Vlookup. Now we have to give the lookout value. So inside this cell is where we're going to be typing the names, right? So we click on this cell. This is the lookup value, right? So we're going to do comma to separate. Now what is the table array? So you have to do from where the lookup is finding the value, right? So we have to select our table, right? So we select the table array. So from here all the way to the last person. So this becomes the table array. And the cell reference there is A3 to E8, right? So we get it right. Now, after the table array, what we have to do is do comma. And then what's the columns index? Since we're finding the age, our column index is going to be 2 for this because it's in B, right? So our column index for age is going to be 2. For the next one going to be 3, for the next one going to be 4, for the next one going to be 5. In case we add another column, it's also going to be 6, right? So we do comma and then we do the 2, right? We want a exact match, so we can use 0 or we can use false. So if we say comma, then we'll go for 0. So we want the exact match, meaning if I type a particular name here, if it is not matching the 1.5, it should not return the value, right? So I do 0, then I close the parenthesis, and I click on enter. Now let's check inside the table. This is Mark. What is Mark age? 29. Now let's check this way. Okay, now let's try, because you might say Mark was there already. Now let's try different person. So let's try Grace. Right? So let's try Grace. Then click enter. What happened? The age changed to 35. Also check for Grace. Grace's age is 35. That's how the function works, right? But now we want to find the sex also for whosoever that will appear inside here, right? So what we're going to do is the only thing that's going to change inside the formula going to be the column index, but the formula still remain the same because the lookup value have a particular position here, right? So that is very easy, right? So we just hit enter, follow the same pattern. So Vlookup, parenthesis open the lookup value. So Vlookup Grace, come on, from where we're finding Grace, from this table. So let's select our table. So that's a table array. So then comma. Now what is the index, right? So what is the index of the sex that we want to find for Grace? So the index, since this is 2, the next one going to be 3 because it's in C, right? So what we're going to have is 3 for sex. Then we're going to have comma. We want the exact match, right? So we'll do 0. Then we'll close our parenthesis and click enter. Now see, Grace is a female. Okay, let's change it. So let's say Paul, right? Look, enter. Now see what happened. Paul is a male. So Paul here, Paul is a male. Paul age is 44. It's also matching from here. Now the next one we have to find is the cell number for Paul, right? So we use the same function. So equal Vlookup. So vertical lookup parenthesis open the lookup value. So look for Paul, comma, find Paul from where? From the table here. So that's the table array. So from this table, comma, the column that we want to find. So this is index 4. So the column is in index 4. So that's a D. So comma, 4, comma, we want the exact match. We'll go for 0. And then we close the parenthesis. And then we click enter. So if we see Paul number is also matching from the table, right? Let's find which country Paul hails, right? So we click equal VLOOKUP, press the type to end the function. So VLOOKUP, the lookup value, comma, from where? From this table. So VLOOKUP, Paul from this table, comma, index number, guess, 5. So number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Index number 5. Now, comma, exact match, we want 0. Parenthesis closes. Enter. Now, Paul is from Cameroon. That's one of my favorite African countries. Because I've been there. And then the people are very nice. So I like Cameroon. Now, let's come back here and change the name. So let's say James. So James is an Egyptian. So James is from Egypt and James is a guy. And then James is 27. You see that? So that's how easy the VLOOKUP function is, right? That's how it works, right? But you can specify, like, you can get more data sets, you know. You can get more data set. Like I have one VLOOKUP table right here. I think the data, now you see here. I was just trying something. So I have some name of students. I have the age, the ID. These are all the columns header, right? So I just come over here and then pull those columns header here. And then I already applied VLOOKUP on this particular table. So when I'm typing anybody name from this list, from the list here, I should get the name, the age, you know, all the data for them, right? So I'll come here and then I'll type Peter. So let me come here and do Peter. So I do Peter Colley. Let me see what I get the value. Now see here. So the name is even coming. Peter Colley is 22. Peter Colley ID is this. Peter Course is a software. Peter live Jacob time. Peter numbers. Peter email. Country Liberia. The guardian's name Patrick. And then emergency contact. You see how amazing the function is? So go ahead, make a data set. If you want to practice, you can make your own data set, you know. Just have the header and then you can just list those headers vertically. That's why the function is called VLOOKUP. It's a vertical lookup. So VLOOKUP, that's how we go about it. And then just stay tuned, keep watching. So we have a lot more video coming. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, just go right by there and then subscribe, like, and also share. Okay? So see you another time.